In this tutorial, we're going to be reviewing the pen tool and introducing some other helpful tools to complete this welcome. Within Illustrator, you'll notice two artboards that I have for you. What you'll do is use the pen tool and other tools to replicate this and then pop it over into this artboard into a different color. A couple things before we get started is that one, my workspace is in Essentials Classic. So if you want a similar layout as me to follow along easier, go ahead up to here and switch the workspace to Essentials Classic. Second, you'll see in the layers it labeled OG Welcome. If I come down here to my subunits and go ahead and lock this, this will give me the freedom to write over the welcome without any conflicting line or structures. Now, as we move forward within here, it's not only about the pen tool, it's thinking through the solution. So though the pen tool is an amazing tool that I adore, it does take some getting used to, and there's also some workarounds that we can do. And so we'll utilize different tools in order to build this welcome. I'm going to showcase a few of these letters, and your job is to do the whole welcome and in a different color. All right, so let's get started here. So first off, I have hot pink for the welcome. If you already have hot pink over here, go ahead and double click and switch this color to something different to make it easier to see. If you want to toggle that color back and forth, go ahead and just use those broken arrows to help with that. All right, so first off, we don't need the pen tool for this little section here. We're going to be building these sections together. We don't need a pen tool out whole sections. So I'm actually going to come up to my rectangle tool and just click and drag. And for this, I want it on a fill, and I can come and move it just slightly, and there we go. That saves time and energy. So let's move on to a more challenging part, which will be these diagonals. We're going to use our pen tool for this, which is located here, or a hotkey shortcut is P on the keyboard. So I'm going to start my anchor point, click, and then come down here. Now, when we reach our curve, this is where we definitely want to make sure that we're actually on the stroke, because this whole thing will fill with color. That's not very helpful. So we're going to come to the broken arrows again and switch that over. And I'm going to try to jump from here to here. We'll see how that goes. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. Now, before I let go of my mouse, I still can make this editable. Pen tool is tricky because it's opposites attract. I want this middle line here to go down and almost to the left. So I actually have to move my mouse and hand, and this line right here where my mouse is up and to the right. And sometimes those bar lines can get really long, and that's okay, because as we're still holding down on the mouse or the trackpad and not letting go, we're going to hold down Option, and I am on a Mac, and we're going to suck this little line back in, and we're actually going to point it up because I want to go that direction. If we were to keep that over here, it would bow the line, and it would be really challenging to keep working with it in the method to best. All right, so one line up, and then the same thing here. I want to come here. So because again, I want to go down and to the right, I actually have to go a little bit more left with my hand movement. All right, and then Option, drag that back in, and then drag it on up, and then there we go. And you just want to finish off with that circle there. I'm going to go ahead and bring this back over. And it looks pretty good to me. Now there's a little bit that can be cleaned up here. That was a hard bow to do. And sometimes the strokes can hide those oopsies. So I'm going to make sure that's highlighted, and I'm going to come up to my white arrow, which is my direct select, hotkey A, and I love this. Now what I realize here is that because I have two anchor points, there's not much it can do to help me as much as I'd like, because it might then cover up this or whatever. So I can always add an anchor point, or I can just adjust it as much to I see fit. So you know, that actually did a pretty good job there, and I can go ahead and move this a little bit up too. So with this, you can move one point, one anchor, and it's not the circle. The circle is different, though the direct selection trains both of them. That's rounding out curves. You really need the anchor point for this. So you can do one and move it, or you can gather two and move them simultaneously. So if I click on this one and then just this one right here, double click, I have that advantage. So that's a really great thing to know. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my Shape Builder tool, click and drag over, making sure both of these are highlighted, and then coming over to my Shape Builder, Shift M, one of my favorite hotkeys ever. Now I had to make sure that I'm holding this down. It's at the plus, which it is, it's all checkery, and I'm clicking and dragging down. Boom. And now it's built. Now, unfortunately, this is not an exact replica of this, but if you could use the direct selection tool, if you so desired, and go ahead and adjust those. That's going to be up to you to decide, but you have the understanding of the pen tool and the Shape Builder to help you along your way. Now, what else I'd like to show you is maybe how to accomplish this E. So the goal of this E, right, how do we do that? How do we make sure that we can see through it? We don't want two pieces. We don't want a white piece and then the pink piece. We want to cut it through. And there's multiple ways to do it, and I'm going to show you how to do it with the Shape Builder. Yes, we're not building them, we're taking them away, but it's still the Shape Builder that we need. So we're going to go ahead and just pen tool out this guy here. I'm going to make sure I'm on my stroke. Now I know the pen tool can be challenging, but it's a great tool to learn, and it just takes a little bit of time and patience. So what I'm seeing here is a little bit of bubble right there. I don't like that little wonkiness. So I'm actually going to come over here under the Shaper tool, but I'm going to go to the Smooth tool. Now what I don't want is this actually, because what this will do, it will, once this is highlighted again, it always disconnects itself. This will do the whole thing and it will turn out like that. And I do not want that. So I'm going to directly go in this anchor point and clean that up. Okay. If you see any little bumps along the way, you can fix those too. So it still keeps mostly what I need it to, but I have more control over how I want it to look. Okay. And that overall looks pretty good to me for right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring it back to that. Now, if I see any issues again, what I can do again is come up to here, and I can go ahead and fix those. Now, I'm able to fix it like that, but let's just say I'm not able to work with it like that. I'm going to come over to my pen tool and add an anchor point, and that's really going to give me a lot more freedom. Having 1,000 anchor points can be hard to work with, but having a few that really help fill in the gaps is a great idea to have. So there we go. That looks pretty good to me. And I'm just going to pop that little buddy off to the side there, call it a day. All right, now I'm going to pen tool here and here. All right, so I've got that pen tool. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. Again, we can adjust here with the direct selection, get all that suited up. And what I also want to is one, let's put this in a different color so it's not as confusing. And I do want to bring down the transparency so I can see it better. So I'm actually going to come over to here. If you cannot find anything, always go to Window, and I'm sure you'll be able to find it within here. Transparency right there. And I'm going to make sure that I just bring this down so I can see clearly where this yellow belongs. What I can do now is just bring that all the way back up with the opacity. Now, as you'll notice, this is on top. So what we can do there is that we can come to our layers, and I can just bring this path, click and drag, and move that down. Done. That's one way to rearrange a layer pattern. All right, so I'm going to click both of these. Now remember, Shape Builder is Shift M. So instead of building these together, I want to hold down Option. Now I have a minus. Click, and we're done. Bam. So I can bring this anywhere, and it's all cut out. And I can still, if I see any, issues within here, I can still come in here, double click, and move whatever I need to around in order for it to fit. I can work with these handlebars. Perfect. And then I would go ahead and pen tool the rest of this out and then shape build it together. So there you have it. By using the shape tools, the pen tool, direct selection, the shape builder to build and subtract, you can easily build out this welcome. Pen tool again is one of the most challenging tools to learn, but in the end you'll have this all pen tooled, shape tooled out merge together, so all the letters should be, all the pieces of the letters should be glued together. So shape build everything. Make sure everything's cut out properly. So with the E and the E's and the O's, have this a different color, and then go ahead and pop it over here when you're done and save it out. For saving, you just want to go to Save As, Format, Illustrator, and refer to Canvas for the naming profile.